Good evening, City of Shawnee. This is Doug Donahue, Communications Director for the city, bringing you the wrap-up of this final scheduled City Council meeting for Monday, December 9th, 2024. The Pledge of Allegiance this evening was provided by the Student Council from Hope Lutheran School. Public comment lasted from 6:03 to 6:06 p.m., and the council re-elected Councilmember Kurt Knappen as Council President in 2025. The major item from the agenda this evening was the public hearing to determine the revocation or suspension of the business license for the short-term rental located at 5130 Ballantyne based on the new short-term rental code that was established earlier this year. City Attorney Jenny Smith provided an overview of the alleged violations, covering multiple dates and evidence provided by a resident of the neighborhood where the short-term rental is located for the council's consideration. The over-occupancy violations were both captured on doorbell camera in the neighborhood, showing 12 occupants entering or leaving the house, where the maximum occupancy was limited to only 10 people on April 5th and April 19th of this year. Both of these clips have been sped up for this recap. Smith played them in real time during the meeting this evening. Additionally, a parking violation was also captured on camera of at least one vehicle parked in the street when the code states that the unit must require on-site parking when on-site parking is available. The city also detailed instances of noise complaints and violations of the city's public peace code when renters stole a yard sign from a neighboring home's yard. Robert Caldwell, the attorney for the property owner OJM, provided the defense for the company, focusing on the upgrades and improvements made to improve the home from its previous owner and condition. The attorney and current property manager detailed the steps they took to address the property's issues, including noise monitoring and renter screening. The council heard from multiple residents regarding the property, asking the council to revoke the business license, including Francis King, who collected much of the evidence presented this evening.
This business is not a family-friendly business for the families that live in the United States. It is revenue for one company and a party house for many out-of-town visitors with no vested interest in our neighborhood.
Council members provided their feedback based on the evidence and the testimony provided during the hearing before rendering their final decision.
I move to revoke the short-term rental license at 5130 Ballantyne Street.
If I could have a date associated with that revocation, I would appreciate it.
So we'll revoke the license by January 1st, 2025.
Thank you. Second.
I have a motion and a second on this issue. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion passes.
The council will review the city's short-term rental policy as part of a one-year review of that policy at a future meeting in 2025. The council also conducted a public hearing for the 2024 amended budget and received a detailed report on the amended funds in 6 different sections of the budget. Ultimately, the amended budget was approved on a 7-0 vote. City Manager Paul Kramer proposed a plan to execute a land purchase of just over 17 acres of developable land next to the Valley of Champions, not to exceed $1,150,000 for potential future development in support of the Valley of Champions. The council was split, approving the agreement on a 6-2 vote, with Mayor Sandifer voting in the affirmative. On any land purchase agreement, the mayor is required to cast a vote, even if it is not one to break a tie. The council adopted the city's state and federal legislative priorities for the upcoming year on a 7-0 vote. And Chopper's Hair Studio in downtown Shawnee submitted a bid for a seed loan in the amount of $30,000 to support a renovation for a total of $120,000 to help fund the improvements to the building next door to the salon's current location in downtown Shawnee, including exterior and internal plumbing and electrical wiring to expand the business to both storefronts. The council ultimately approved the loan on a 6-1 vote. The council approved the renewal of Shawnee's common consumption area in the downtown area with one change, removing the parking lot for Amos Family Funeral Home at the business's request on the east side of downtown on a 7-0 vote. The council also approved the updated street improvement program priority list with these top 5 streets as discussed during a previous council committee meeting on a 7-0 vote. Here at the end of the year, city staff also provided multiple reports for the council's information, starting with a look at the stormwater and flooding concerns along Zarda Road due to water channeling into a very level piece of land and how it could be addressed in the future if the council wished. Community Development Director Doug Allman provided an update on the Planning Commission's ongoing conversations regarding any potential updates to the Achieve Shawnee Comprehensive Plan. Eventually, the Commission will advance any recommended changes during its December 16th meeting for City Council consideration and approval in early 2025. Finally, Finance Director Sean Rocco provided an update on the city's American Rescue Plan Act dollars. Shawnee received more than $7.5 million from the federal government, and the council heard the final update on where all those funds are allocated, with all money needing to be spent by the end of 2025. You can see some of the top categories here, with more than 50% of the money spent on city infrastructure projects, with additional funds going to public safety salaries and purchases. As I said, this was the final scheduled City Council meeting for 2024. Shawnee City offices will be closed on Wednesday, December 25th in observance of Christmas Day, and on Wednesday, January 1st, 2025 for New Year's Day. The Shawnee City Council will be back in session for the first time in the new year on Monday, January 13th, starting at 6 p.m. at City Hall in Council Chambers. Of course, our website is always open with meeting agendas, archive minutes, and all other information related to the City of Shawnee. You can find us online at cityofshawnee.org. From all of us at Shawnee, happy holidays and happy new year.